Every time a team goes on an absolute tear in the postseason, we point to the usual suspects: a lockdown defense, a coach making brilliant adjustments, or a superstar playing out of his mind. But right now, the New York Knicks are riding a massive 9-game win streak that has the entire league on notice, and the wildest part is, it might have absolutely nothing to do with basketball. While the media is busy crowning Jalen Brunson as the savior of Madison Square Garden, a bizarre and chaotic force from the professional wrestling world is stepping forward, claiming he's the real reason New York is suddenly unbeatable. We aren't talking about standard locker room chemistry or standard sports superstitions here. We are talking about a literal curse that was placed on this franchise, lifted at the perfect moment, and then weaponized against their opponents. Fans online are speculating that this psychological warfare goes way deeper than anyone is willing to admit on camera. And just when the Knicks thought they were cruising safely toward a championship run, an unexpected feud exploded behind the scenes that threatens to bring the whole house of cards crashing down. To fully understand how deep this supernatural drama goes, you have to look at the exact moment the momentum completely flipped for New York. Early in the postseason, the Knicks looked completely vulnerable, dropping critical back-to-back games to the Atlanta Hawks. The panic in New York was real, and fans were scrambling for answers. Insiders claim that behind the scenes, it wasn't a schematic breakdown that broke the Knicks, it was a literal hex placed on them by Danhausen during a viral television appearance. But then, the bizarre became reality. After reportedly being paid, Danhausen officially lifted the hex right before Game 6. What followed was an immediate, unexplainable 6-game demolition of the Philadelphia 76ers. But Danhausen wasn't done playing puppet master with the Eastern Conference. Right before Game 1 of the conference finals, he marched back onto national television and officially transferred that dark energy directly onto the Cleveland Cavaliers. What happened next left the entire basketball world stunned. Cleveland was coasting with a massive 22-point lead late in the fourth quarter, completely silencing Madison Square Garden. Then, in a collapse that shook the league, the Cavs fell apart on an impossible 44-11 run, handing New York a miraculous overtime victory. It was a historic meltdown that left fans online absolutely convinced that the Cavaliers were no longer just playing against 5 guys on the court, they were fighting a literal curse. But what the cameras didn't catch, or rather what the main broadcast completely ignored, was the total shift in atmosphere during the post-game press conference after Game 2. The Knicks had just locked in another massive win, pushing their streak forward, and the media room was packed. Naturally, reporters wanted to know if the team was feeding into the wild internet theory about Danhausen's supernatural assist. When a reporter straight up asked Jalen Brunson about the wrestling superstar's role in their sudden dominance, the star point guard didn't just give a standard boring post-game answer. Instead, he claimed he honestly didn't know too much about it, casually deflecting by saying he'd been completely off of social media during the playoff push. But league insiders and eagle-eyed fans immediately noticed the problem with his delivery. While Brunson was trying to maintain a completely serious face, a telling, undeniable smirk crept across his mouth. It was a reaction that instantly set #NBA Twitter on fire. Fans online are speculating that Brunson knew exactly what was going on, but he deliberately chose to downplay the outside help. In the high-stakes environment of the postseason, admitting that a pro wrestler's hex is driving your team's success is a terrible look for an MVP candidate. By completely dodging the question with a grin, Brunson thought he was putting the rumors to bed. Little did he know that the exact press conference moment was about to trigger an explosive retaliation from the wrestling world. And what happened next in the locker room shocked everyone, because Danhausen did not take that public dismissal lightly. The wrestling superstar instantly fired back on social media, publicly accusing the Knicks leader of outright fibbing to the media. He didn't stop there, either. He went on to claim that Brunson simply doesn't want to split the ring in half with him, making it crystal clear that he expects full credit for this historic postseason run. Fans online are speculating that this feud goes way deeper than a simple internet joke, as Danhausen is notoriously unforgiving when his supernatural interventions are ignored. In the cutthroat world of sports entertainment, respect is everything, and by trying to hog all the glory, Brunson may have just put a massive target on his own back. Rumors circulating suggest that the very nice, very evil star is already threatening to reverse his decision and slap the hex right back onto New York if he doesn't get the recognition he deserves. For a franchise that has historically been plagued by bad luck and heartbreaking playoff exits, playing games with a literal curse is a dangerously high-stakes gamble. Brunson might think he's safe behind his media shield, but the wrestling world has officially put him on notice, and the consequences could be catastrophic for New York's championship dreams. Ultimately, this leaves the New York Knicks standing on the edge of a dangerously high-stakes gamble. Basketball purists will tell you that the team's historic win streak is purely a product of elite roster construction, locker room chemistry, and Jalen Brunson playing at an MVP level under the brightest lights. But in a sport where superstition is everything, ignoring the eerie, supernatural timing of this wrestling curse might be the ultimate mistake. If Brunson continues to hoard all the glory and deny the outside assist, he might just find out the hard way that some hexes are all too real. The real test begins now, because if the momentum suddenly shifts and the Knicks suffer a heartbreaking collapse, the entire basketball world will look back at that exact post-game smirk as the moment the season was ruined. But what do you think? Is this incredible postseason run fueled by pure basketball genius, or do the Knicks actually owe their success to a pro wrestler's curse? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that subscribe button, and let us know if Brunson needs to pay up before it's too late.